Hello. How are you? We were talking about yellow. Oh, we left off there? Oh. There you go. It died earlier than I thought it did. Apparently. Yeah, Clark's favorite color is yellow. So I'm currently, you can see the yarn right there. So that the second hat that I'm making for Clark is all yellow so far, which is perfect. That's it. That was it. It's a huge mug. I'm also a small person, but yes. These are my little green men. Aren't they cute? My sister, all of the duplicates my sister has hidden all over the house. And they even have been surprising me. She put a bunch of them in the, she put a bunch of them in the laundry room. And so I was like, doing my laundry, right? And I went to turn off the light in there when I started the dryer, and just all of these dudes were like, boo! Oh, okay. Just kidding. I know. I'm hoping, I know that I've been saying this for a while, but I'm hoping that it'll just be a couple more days to finish this shit up, and then I'll be able to hop on a plane and go home. But I will have to go to Los Angeles first, which is fine. That's much better than any of the other options. I will have to go to Los Angeles first. Jesse has already told me that I can stay with him, which is very sweet. Thank you, Jessup. So I'll get to like go there and see him and stuff. And I've been able to spend a lot of time with my sister and her family while I've been here, which is great. I don't get lots of like sustained interaction with my nieces and my nephew and stuff. So, cause it's not that they've lived super far away. It's just, we just didn't consistently see them all the time. So it's been really, really fun. It's been really fun to hang out with everybody. And like, my niece is the one who gave me this hat pattern and everything. It's great. So, yeah. My sister yesterday was like, yeah, you know, normally is my niece came home and, Chrissy, my sister, my niece came home and Chrissy was like, hey boo, how was work? How's your day? And she just looked at her and goes, I'm peopled out. I'm going to my room, and just leaves. And Chrissy was like, you know that everybody in this house feels like you're just one of the gang and that there is nothing different about how we normally live our lives, because otherwise she would not have been that blunt about it. I was like, yeah, I'm not going to make her talk to me. She can go sit in there all night. That's chill. Like, I get it. So it made me feel, because I had actually, like, earlier yesterday, I had been thinking to myself, like, God, probably they cannot wait to get me out of this house, right? But she was like, no, literally everybody is just like, oh, Brooke just feels like part of the family, which I am, but like part of, you know, how the house runs. So it makes me feel better. What a nice introvert family. Yeah. Well, Chrissy was talking about how her best friend has a daughter who's like 10, I think. And she was describing to Chrissy, like, yeah, my daughter was, like, acting all weird, and, like, you know, we had family over, but she didn't want to talk to them, and, you know, she was being so rude, and Chrissy was like, yeah, she was over it. She just wanted to be by herself. Just let her be by herself. Because Chrissy has so much practice with, like, all of these kids that are just like, I'm gonna go have me time. I'll come back one day. Chrissy was like, she probably just wants to be left the fuck alone for a little while. So yeah, we're very introvert family friendly. Introvert friendly family. There we go. We got it. I love the hat. Thank you. I also love it. I'm very happy with it. And it's like so, the red to orange is really, really, it doesn't stand out that much, but the orange to yellow is so drastic, and the red to purple is so drastic that, like, when I was making it, I was like, I can't even really tell if they, because I was not in the dark, but, like, not in the daylight, right? So I was like, I can't even tell if these are different colors, really, but now you can, for sure. And then Here's what I was sewing when I was like, whoops, I got sidetracked. Here's what I was sewing. Ugh. I'm making a market tote. I'm trying to hand sew it, which sucks. And I would love to do this pattern on a sewing machine because I think it would take literally a minute. But I'm basically just making, Oregon just passed the law that you have to pay for plastic bags. And so I'm trying to like hand sew a bag for my sister because I was like, that'll be fun. Oh man, it wasn't until I actually started the sewing process that I was like, oh yeah, hand sewing sucks. It takes forever. If you want to kill time, hell yeah, it works. The other issue though is that like a grocery bag, you want to make sure that the stitches are going to be really strong, right? It's not going to like rip on you. So I'm all stressed out like, well, shit. I wonder if the thread that I got is actually good for this, because if you put a lot of weight on it, it might just like tear. So who knows? We'll see. Did you find the fabric you asked about in England? I didn't, Kendra. They don't have it at the Joann's that's near me. So I don't know. I'm not here for much longer, I don't think. So I don't know if I'll be able to get it sorted, but that's okay. I got some really cute fabric. I don't need that fabric. I can find something else to do with that fabric, but how bored have you been? Points to a 6-foot-long scarf. This bored. It's been really nice. Obviously I'm like constantly missing Clark and Sam, and I'm, all of that, but it has been really nice to like sort of force myself to do things like this, because they are productive just in like a crafts way. It makes me focus a little bit less on the things that I can't really control while I'm here. So yeah, you can't even zone out while doing stitching. It's true. That is true. Although I was able to put on a show and do this much stitching so far. So are you asking for the right name? No, there's a specific fabric that I got at Joann's before I moved, and I would love to have more of it because I think it's so cute. But I think I got a pattern for little baby shoes. I think I'm just going to use it to make some little baby shoes and stuff, because it's so cute. But yeah, all of the like Doodle brand fabrics at Joann's I think are getting phased out because it seems like everywhere that I look, there isn't much left and it's all on clearance. So I was like, okay. That beanie is cute. You did a great job. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love it. I'm very happy with it. And it's comfy and it's soft and I'm delighted. They're a seasonal line, so they change them regularly. But I couldn't find new doodles. New doodles. It's the doodle fabrics. I couldn't find new ones anywhere. The doodle fabrics that they had were like off in a corner on sale. Maybe it's just the one that's here. I don't know. Oh, 30th birthday! Kaitsune-kun, happy birthday. Can we do a cheer for the occasion? For sure. Guys, grab your cup or do a fist bump, whatever you would like to do. Thank you all so much for joining me for Saturday Morning Dooger while I'm still in Oregon banishment. I appreciate it. I hope you're all having an amazing day. And let's have a good stream. 3, 2, 1, cheers. Boop. I might have to step away for a minute if Sam messages me and Clark wants to be sung a lullaby. So just FYI. I timed this out perfectly, obviously. She's been asking for lullabies every night. She goes to bed around 7. So in like 30 minutes, I might get a text from Sam like, it's bedtime. So I might have to step away for a minute. Thank you so much, by the way, everybody, for the subs and resubs and all that. I appreciate it. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hope you're all doing amazing. I'm having a great day so far. I actually slept, I think, well, this is gonna suck when I go back to England, but I'm actually on Oregon schedule now. So I've been going to sleep at like midnight and then waking up around 7. Well, I always wake up at 5 a.m. first, but whether or not I go back to sleep is the big thing, right? So I woke up at 5 a.m. and I fell back to sleep. So I was like, oh man, I actually got a good night's sleep. That was nice. That was great. But, you know, I'm going to go back to England and it's not going to be the case anymore. Hat get. Cool beanie. Thanks, guys. I made it. I made it. Look, this is the back. Ignore the hair. This is the back. It's cute, right? My niece, all of the ones that she made, she put little pom-poms on them. So she was like, do you want to put a pom-pom on yours? And I was like, no, I don't think that's really my style, but I think I will put a pom-pom on Clarky's because that would be real cute. Good to see someone other than Co with a beanie. I'll pick up the torch. Don't even worry about it. Where did you learn? It was a video that my niece sent me that's called like easiest hat ever or something like that. Hold on. But it really was super easy. And I didn't even do it the way that she said to do it. And I still was able to like watch it and be like, oh, but I can adjust. Okay. It's by Jonna Martinez, Jonna Martinez. And it's called How to Crochet the Easiest Hat Ever, Beginner Friendly. And it, honestly, you remember how I was like, I have never been able to look at a crochet pattern and be able to do anything. Like, I'm just awful. I like the act of crocheting, but I've never been able to, like, read patterns or anything, right? So I was really worried I was going to mess this up, and it honestly went fine. So, yeah. You should try it out. You should try it out. If you know how to do, like, a basic crochet, you can do this 100%. Yeah, I'm back in Oregon to finish up some visa stuff. So, it was literally supposed to be like a 1-week trip. I was supposed to be here for maybe 5 days max, see my family, see a couple buds, hop on a plane and go back. And it's become more complicated because visa stuff is always more complicated than you think it's going to be. We were like, all right, talking with our lawyer, got it all sorted out. We know exactly what we're doing. It's totally fine. And then I came back here and it was like, well, but actually, and then, but actually, and then, but actually. So we're just like, fuck. But, once I go to LA and go into the LA application center and finish up my shit, it should be good. Is this your childhood room? No, this is, so my sister, my niece, who is in her early 20s, my sister, my niece, my nephew, who is my age, and my brother-in-law, my sister's husband, they all bought their first house. This is their first house. They're very excited. So the whole top floor is Matt's, like, apartment. That's where the infamous blunt flag is, right? So up there is just, like, his thing. Eventually he wants to, like, put a bathroom up there and everything, but as of right now, like, that's his space. That's his zone. And then down here is guest room, Brina's room, and then the master bedroom. And it's a cute little house and they love it. You know, any of you who are born and raised in Oregon, you know that prices over the years, and not even that many years, it's happened pretty quickly, have gone from it's pretty affordable, rent's pretty affordable, stuff's like doable, to everybody's like getting run out of Portland because rent has just gone up like crazy. They just recently passed a bill that basically makes it law. Rent control is like law now. So situations like what happened to my nephew, where he was paying with a roommate, paying like $600 a month, and then over a year was then having to pay $1,300 a month. I was like, fuck this, I can't afford this, right? Like, they can't do that anymore. So they're trying to make it so that less Oregonians are getting pushed out and replaced with a bunch of like Californians and people who are used to like the higher rent prices, right? But yeah, so my sister finally was like, you know what? We should just look and see if there's a place that we can afford, and then we have a home and we're not like subjected to that. Yeah, as a group, as the whole family, they were able to get a house together, and they're in love with it, and it's so cute. So yeah, they're very, very happy. My rent has increased by 40% since I moved to Portland 5 years ago. That's crazy, right? Like, that's insane. So, yeah. Kaitsune-kun, thank you so much for all the gifted subs. Welcome, guys. If you were gifted a sub by Kaitsune-kun, be sure to say thank you. Thank you very much. And thank you again to everybody who is subbing and resubbing currently. I appreciate that as well. Welcome back, guys. And wages are not going up 40%. Yes, exactly. Obviously, it's not like any individual Californian's fault or anything like that. But it's mostly the people in California that are going, California is crazy, right? The whole state is in debt. There's a drought. It's always on fire. Like, I want to get out of here. And so they're going to Arizona, to Idaho, to Oregon, because, you know, Oregon and Portland specifically have this sort of like this chill, artsy vibe that everybody's like, oh, wouldn't it be great to just live in Portland or Seattle, right? And so, unfortunately, like, it's wound up being that more and more and more Californians are moving to these other states, and the prices are going way up because Californians are willing to pay it because they're used to that. But everybody who actually lives there and has lived there their whole lives maybe is like, I can't afford this shit. Are you crazy? So, yeah. It's nuts. I feel for everybody big time. The dream of the 90s is alive in Portland. Sleep till 11, you'll be in heaven. It's a Portlandia song, and it's accurate. When you bring back study hall, will you do some crochet? Sure, I'm down to try and learn how to crochet more. The guy, when I was buying this fabric yesterday, I went up to the checkout stand, and as always, I was like, how are you? How's your day? And the guy goes, oh, my day is going great. I was just telling some lady about all the crochet stuff I do. And I was like, oh, cool. What sort of stuff do you do? And he started showing me like these amigurumi kind of like crocheted animal heads that he has as keychains. And I was like, oh, those are really cute. And he was like, yeah, you know, I always like make it so that they're missing an eyeball or like some kind of a thing, right? They're like cute but weird. And I was like, oh yeah, have you ever played like Little Big Planet or like Binding of Isaac? And it was the shift in the conversation. He was like, no, I don't know what those are. And I was like, oh, it just reminds me of like that kind of a vibe. And he was like, anyway, have a good day. It's like, okay, you hate video games. Good to know. How dare you compare my art, my keychain amigurumi art to video games. It's so weird. It was such a strange shift in the conversation. I was like, okay, anyway, bye. He's 100% original. Is that what it is, do you think? It's like when you say to an artist, like, wow, your art really reminds me of X, Y, or Z. I get that. I get the feeling of like, oh my god. I have watched the first episode of Picard twice. I also went on Twitter and was like, oh man, I started watching Star Trek Discovery. This show's pretty wild. I'm real sweaty about it. And because every episode has some like element of stress or some kind of like side-eye issue where I'm like, what's going on here? And I got so many responses like, yeah, but Discovery isn't a real Star Trek show. Which I thought was weird. I think that that's so weird because we've had so many iterations of Star Trek, right? And you can tell it's a Brian Fuller show. You can 100% tell it's a Brian Fuller show. Everything is like kind of meticulously planned out and things are always a little bit weird, right? I think it's an interesting take on like a Star Trek show. I'm enjoying it a lot, actually. And no, it doesn't feel like other Star Trek shows, but I don't care. That's fine. I've got plenty of, procedural Star Trek shows like Next Generation where, or original Star Trek where it's like, hey, remember when Captain Kirk was split into like 8? That was weird, right? Anyway, here's a hot demon girl, right? Like, totally fine with Star Trek Discovery being like, no, every character is important. Everything that happens to every character is important. We will reference all of it later, right? It's been really interesting. My sister said that they're on season 2 now, so I'm only like 5 or 6 episodes into the first season, but I'm really liking it. It went in a direction I was not expecting at all. So, yeah. But I still haven't watched Orville either. I would like to watch Orville as well. Season 2 is better. Cool. I'm already loving season 1, so cool. Sick. Orville sucks. Orville is amazing. See, this is why I have to just watch it for my damn self. because nobody can agree, which is good. We're all like putting our opinions out there. It just tells me there is not a unanimous feeling on all of these Star Trek shows. There just isn't. You have to watch it yourself and figure out if it's your jam. I already know that I love Brian Fuller's shows generally. So when I found out that Discovery was made by Brian Fuller, I was like, okay, I'm probably gonna like this. Have you seen Mr. Robot? I have, but we watched 2 seasons and I haven't watched any more. And every time there's an ad for Mr. Robot, I'm like, Sam, I gotta watch more Mr. Robot. But honestly, it's been so long now that I'm like, I kind of just want to rewatch it. Even though I know all of the crazy shit that happens in the first season, I still want to rewatch it just to like reacquaint myself with the characters and stuff. So, yeah. Ever seen Wonder Falls? I actually haven't seen Wonder Falls, and I've wanted to. Is it Mr. Robot done? Yeah. Yeah, I think they just finished the last season, right? I did make this hat myself. I finished it last night at midnight. I love your shirt. It's a Sam shirt. You can find it on Sam's Design by Human store. Have you watched Anne with an E? No, but holy shit. The fans of Anne with an E are so intense. Anytime Netflix tweets anything, every single response is people being like, it's interesting that you're tweeting about this when you should be tweeting about how Anne with an E needs to come back. They've got like all of these like pictures that they spam that are like, renew Anne with an E. I'm just like, Jesus. Like, literally any other response gets drowned out by Anne with an E responses. It's fascinating. I'm like, who is rallying these people? Where were they radicalized? I'm sure it's amazing. Yeah, I'm sure it's fantastic. It must be for so many people to be like, look, Anne with an E was hard done, you know? It's one person with 1,000 bots. It might be. Yo, they could all be bots, though. Killing Eve is also great. I've only seen the first season, but I really liked the first season. Altered Carbon I didn't like that much. You know what's weird though? With Altered Carbon, I didn't watch the last episode because I was so bored. The entire show, I was just like, okay. And then Sam said he like pushed through and watched the last episode and was like, you know what? The last episode actually like ties everything up and makes the show really good. And I was like, no, that's not possible. So look, it might be amazing, but I was really bored watching that show. So, been keeping up with any anime recently? No, but people keep tweeting about really good shows. I need to watch some stuff. You should read the books. I'm trying to get back into books, guys. I'm trying so hard. I like the concept and world building. Yes! Same. I really liked the concept and world building in Altered Carbon as well. What was the one? What was the cyberpunk one with the Amish guy? What was that movie called? Mute. I thought that one was really interesting. Just came to say I love you. What's up, Shader? Thank you. Oh my god. I've met many a person in my life who will not shut up about the Dresden Files. Yeah, those are apparently very good. I remember when the show was coming out, and all of my friends who were obsessed with Dresden Files were like, show's garbage, books are so much better, show sucks. It's like, okay. Bring back Firefly. Oh my god, I wish. But also I don't wish. At this point now, it wouldn't be good. But I'm the shitty fan with Firefly. Honestly. You know how, like, I was just saying, oh man, I tweeted about Star Trek Discovery, and a bunch of people were like, yeah, but it's not really Star Trek, is it? I'm that shitty person with Firefly because I hated Serenity so much. That when people are like, oh man, I love Serenity, I'm like, I pretend that Serenity isn't canonical. Which is really shitty. It's not my choice to make, but mentally, I pretend that movie didn't exist. What was wrong with Serenity? I felt like a lot of specifically, because the movie was meant to wrap up a bunch of stuff that they wanted to do in a second season, right? So there was just no way it was all going to feel like there was no way that it was going to feel like they did everything justice, right? It's story-wise, it's fine. My big issue was it felt like all of the character development that they had done in season 1, they just threw in the garbage for the movie, specifically with, like, Jane, right? Like, Jane had done all this growing in the show. I'm trying to keep it really, like, spoiler-free for anybody who hasn't watched Firefly before. Firefly's incredible, and you should watch it. It's Space Cowboys! It's so good! Anyway, I felt like they spent so much time on Jane in season 1, and then he was doing all of the stupid shit that he did at the beginning of season 1 in the movie. I was really upset because I loved Jane as a character, and I loved the way that they, like, characterized him. And I liked the way that all of the other characters, like, grew. And it felt like a lot of them reverted in order for the movie to happen, you know? They were like, these are the things, these are the beats that we need to hit in the movie. But the characters as they are at the end of season 1 wouldn't allow these things to happen. So we're going to just revert them a little bit, and it really stuck out to me. So, the movie doesn't exist. But I know a lot... Yes! Okay, Lobotomite just said exactly what I was going to say. I know a lot of people who watched Serenity first and love it, and then watched Firefly. And so they love both. I don't know. I'm just being that shithead. That shithead that's like, the movie doesn't count. It's not real. It's not canonical. It's not the way the writers originally wanted it to be, you know? So it's like, it basically doesn't exist. They should retcon it, you know? Like, yeah, so that's me. Cheers, everybody. Double checking. I don't have a message from my family. Not my Firefly. No, I only watch Magicians with Sam and Kraken. And obviously we are strewn about the world now. So... I don't know what the Magician's plan is going to be. If we're going to just have to, like, fly Kraken out for a week and be like, let's catch up on Magicians. Repping that stripping merch, always. I was talking with, oh my god, I don't know if my mom's watching right now. I love you. But we were on a phone call with my mom. It was me and, Brina, my niece. We were on a phone call with my mom. And, I already told this story. It's okay, I'll tell it again super fast. But we were on a call with my mom, and we were talking about how I literally brought enough clothes for, like, a couple of days, because I didn't think I was going to be here for very long. And she was like, oh, you should, like, go, like, get a couple new things, or you can always go by the farmhouse and, you know, use some of my clothes, or whatever you want to do. And I was like... I don't honestly feel like I need more clothes. Like, it's been fine. I just do my laundry consistently, and I always have something clean to wear, and it's not a big deal. And I turned to Brina, and I was like, how many times have you seen... It was this shirt. How many times have you seen me wear this shirt? And she looked at me and goes, every day. Because I've worn this shirt nearly every day. Because it's just so nice and baggy. And then I got my sweatpants yesterday because I had brought really thin leggings and really holey jeans. I don't know what was wrong with me. And I was like, my legs are always cold. My sister was like, uh-huh. Are they? So, swung by Walmart. Got some new sweatpants. Are they Cren pants? They are not. They were $4. Do they come holy? The sweatpants? They do not. My jeans? My jeans were initially holy, but they are much holier than they started out as. But yeah. That's what scissors are for. I think the point, though, is I have 2 pairs of pants that don't deal well with this Oregonian weather. Or the English weather, to be honest. I don't know what I was thinking. Both of my homes now. If I layer them, that's what I've been doing when I go out. If I'm out, like, at night or when it's really cold or really rainy, I've been putting the leggings on and then the jeans over them. Like, this is fine. This is how we do this. Yes, they're the same, like, have nearly identical weather, which is so weird. I've taken pictures outside, like, while I've been on walks with Clark. I've taken pictures outside of, like, fields and things and sent them to my mom and been like, don't you think literally I could be walking somewhere in Oregon? It looks identical, doesn't it? And she's always like, it does. It's weird. It's really weird that I wound up in a place that's, like, across an ocean, but is so reminiscent of where I grew up. It's odd, but whatever. Clark can walk now. Clark can walk. She can talk. Yeah. She's great. She can sing. She can fight. Name that show. No. Fairly Odd Parents. There we go. Gary the Weezer gets 18 internet points. Hold on. I'll show you. Let's see if I have a recent picture or video of her that I can show you.
Mummy? What are you doing on the cushion? Hey? Oh, we're just chill today, aren't we? Night-night.
Do we have one of her, like, walking around? Oh, this is her at toddler music class. That's River, our little niece that's 1 year old. There's a point here that I want to get to before I turn it off. That's so funny and so Clark.
Good girls.
How do these work? Just like banging them together and then like, wait a minute. Cracking me up. They always laugh because like they got her for Christmas, her nanny got her a little baby-sized pram, right? To like, so she like puts her dolls and her toys in it and she like rolls them around and stuff. But the most interesting part of it to her is the wheels. So she plays with the wheels all the time. Everybody's like, oh, Clark, you cute little engineer. I love you. Right? Yeah, she's got some of the like the Duplo like Legos. I'd love to get her more of them. Nanny said that she saw one of those like buckets of them. I was like, oh damn. It was the baby rocket science book. She got started early. I'm so excited to give her these other ones. Yeah. I don't think they're as good. I think Baby Loves Aerospace Engineering is the best one, if we're being honest. But these ones are still cute. Like the quantum physics one is entirely like Baby Loves Quantum Physics. It's all about like her cat has hidden in the box. And it's like, where's the cat? Cat's in the box. Maybe the cat's asleep. Or maybe the cat is awake. but we don't know until we open the box, right? Is like the whole idea. So it's cute. I do think that aerospace engineering one is better, though. Wholesome Schrodinger. Good thing they toned it down. I know. It's not is the cat alive or dead? It's, is the cat asleep or is the cat awake? We don't know until we open the box. I got the thermodynamics one for my nephew. They're really cute. They're really, really cute books. And I think they do touch on like the most basic idea of the science form, right? Get her War and Peace. Oh my god. I don't know if you guys saw I retweeted it. There's a tweet from a lady who's like, my husband has been reading Lord of the Rings to our kids at night and he gets really into it. She's like describing him just like when they're yelling during war, he literally like screams. I was like, I want to be that parent who's like, let's read a book. What are we reading? Because I'm about to get really into it. I like the Monster ABC book you got her. They also have a bunch of books. So, oh no, my poor green boy. So, the writers of these ones are Kyle and Derek Sullivan. So they wrote Monster ABC and they have 4 other ones. The one that Danny was telling me was really good is something Chupacabra. And it's like a really easy Spanish words book for babies. Or for like little kids. So I got this one, Hush Now Banshee. And the Banshee is like going around to all these different creatures. And yelling at them because she's a banshee. And everyone's like, it's bedtime, Banshee. So Clarky can scream with the Banshee. But all of the different monsters, 5 bog monsters cleaning up their place. Hiya, shrieks Banshee like a meteor from space. The bog monsters tremble like it's Halloween. Hush now, Banshee, we're trying to clean. It's cute. It's cute. But yeah, they've got a bunch of books as well. And they're Oregon natives. So the people at Powell's were saying that they come by and do like book signings and stuff all the time. I know! They're really cute. I would get her all of the wholesome monster books if I could. 5 bog monsters cleaning up. That sounds like me and my roommates on the weekend. Clark for War Chief. She'd be good at it. She'd be good at it. She's cute. I love Powell's. It's great. Yeah, for any of you who have been like, oh, I'm going to be going to Portland soon. I don't know what to do. Go to Powell's City of Books. It's so great. Hi, how's it going? Nice hat. Thank you. I made it. Just got home from a D&D session. Killed a lot of people and ate a dude. Damn. It's an intense D&D session. Why do you have a cactus on the bedside? It was already here. It was already here, so it's just chilling. Does she have an American or a British accent? I don't hear anything. I don't hear a difference. The people in England have said before that she sounds like an American baby. But accents don't like start to solidify until like 5 years old, apparently. So it's funny how often people are like, do you think that she'll have an English accent? Of course, 100%. She's not even 2 yet. Like, yeah, she will have plenty of time for her accent to solidify as an English accent. I think that there are probably some words that she'll always say a little weird because of me. But As of now, she's still trying to figure out what the proper way is to, like, say certain things. So sometimes she'll say words to us. And since the day she was born, Sam and I have pronounced some words totally different. So I'm honestly shocked that she's made as many strides as she has. Speaking-wise, she must just desperately want to talk because, like, we must have been so confusing for her sometimes. American Baby, the national profiling. She sounded more like me. Does that help? Zero or Zed? She's in England, so Zed. For me, I'll say zero until I'm dead. The second that we moved to England, I started saying things, and people would say, "You're in England now, so that's the wrong word, and you should be saying this." And I know that it was teasing, but I just need y'all to know that there are some words that I'm never gonna let go of. Because I've lived 32 years of my life in America. What about the letter H? Oh, like H. I say H when I'm spelling things out to English people. So if I'm talking to someone and they say, "What's your last name?" I'll say Thorne, Thorne, right? But that's the only situation if I'm spelling something to an English person. What's the H alternate? H. H versus H. In America, we say H. But in England, they say H. I will never, I think that what's his name? The herb versus herb thing. Whenever people quote the Eddie Izzard joke, it's like, "'cause there's a fucking H in it." Makes me laugh, and I think it's so stupid, because England drops letters all the time. English people are like, "What are consonants? Get rid of all of those." Like, depending on where you are. Just like, throw away some T's, whatever. Have you gotten used to using metric? Not in the slightest. I still, every time I have to measure something, I go on my phone. I think that some of the numbers will start to click for me. Some of the ones that I use all the time, right? Like, when I think to myself, wait, how much, if I want a cup of something, what do I do? Or like, if I want a tablespoon of something, how much am I supposed to use? So I've actually, oddly enough, I've just gotten a lot better at eyeballing. I just use my hand and I eyeball. Like, if it takes up about this much of the surface of my palm, when I hold my palm like this, that's about a tablespoon. Because I don't know what the metric version is. I am Gordon Ramsay, and I'm okay with that. I don't know what that means. I don't know if you're admitting that you are actually Gordon Ramsay and this is your Twitch account. The Way Things Work has illustrations explaining almost everything. Is it like actually a book about the way things work? Because that sounds awesome. Chef Ramsay in the house. A subscriber of me. Twitch.tv/Dexbonus. Unreal. The Way Things Work is giant. What does the clock in the hall say? It's cute. I've watched that video so many times that I get that song stuck in my head sometimes. The Way Things Work book. By David McCauley. "400 pages, girl." It's a children's book. What? An entertaining introduction to everyday machines. Describing machines as simple as levers and gears and as complicated as radio telescopes and automatic transmissions. Wait, I have to get this. Wait, I have to get this now. What? That's so cool. Well, shit. That's the perfect book for my child. Gordon Ramsay did leave a comment on Ken's YouTube, clearly a fan of the extended group. What? FYI, I had that book as a PC program. Interesting. What's the name of the book? It's called How Things Work. But apparently there's also the way things work, and there's also the new way things work. That has like more modern innovations. So just a regular way things work you can get used for like $4, it looks like. But there is the new way things work. That's super cute. Do you think Clark will ever be interested in video games? Probably. I want to she loves being outside. I want to encourage that in her for sure. Because I also love being outside, and I loved being outside when I was younger. So her enjoying being outside makes me go, maybe I can I should spend more time outside with my kid. And whatever she gravitates toward, that's great. But aside. That's my kid. My kid does that. For anybody who hasn't been here when we've made that joke before, my kid will literally stand at the door and go, outside. And so I've had to teach her, Karki, we can't go outside because it's cold. And now she finally understands what cold means. Before she would just go, cold, but she didn't know what it means. And now, she'll get out of the bath and she'll go, Clarky, cold. Which is really cute. So she gets it now. So we can say, we can't go outside yet because it's cold, but we'll wait till it's warm. Sleepy Tron. I think literally, I don't know if you ever watched Terry, Tiri's my cousin. She and I stream together on Tuesdays, and she also streams like every day. But she has 2 kids, and her older one is like super chill, just wants to read books all the time and relax and like whatever. Her other kid has been trying to like climb the rafters since he couldn't even walk yet. And the amount of control this kid has when climbing on stuff is actually bonkers. He climbs on everything. He climbs on absolutely everything, and he never falls. It's wild. It's so crazy. So she was like, yeah, we're trying to like figure out how to, you know, let him get that out of his system while also not climbing on things that can break or, you know, but yeah, they're just like, I don't know what he's gonna do, but we're terrified it's gonna be like jumping off of crazy high shit and like, you know, doing something dangerous. Yeah, that's what she was saying. She really wants to put him in gymnastics. He's just not scared of anything. So I think he would really thrive in gymnastics for sure. And then he can move on to parkour and bouldering and all, you know, all that shit. My twin sister and I were like that. She was super active and fussy, and I was chill and lazy. Isn't that funny? All of the parents that I know who have had twins are like, if ever you wanted proof that kids are just different, right? Kids just like come out different, have twins, because they will let you know what they want and what they're interested in, and it will be completely different most of the time. When I was 1 or 2, I used to stand upright on the back of one of these spring horses? I'm not sure what that word is. And bounce without holding on. And my mom was terrified. Yeah, so, JJ, since Tiri's youngest, since he was like a year old, he started, if she would turn her back for a second, he would climb out, he would unbuckle himself and climb out of his high chair. And he's at the point now where he can climb out of the high chair with his hands. He can have things in his hands and will climb out with his elbows. It's fucking wild. Like, this kid is just like, I cannot be contained. Me and my twin sister are completely different. Yeah, my mom and my aunt are identical twins, and they're totally different. They're best friends, but they're totally different. I was always the careful kid in my family. I think I was like mid-zone. I did all kinds of wacky stuff on the trampoline, and a couple of times I tried to do them off of the trampoline and like slammed on my back and winded myself and stuff, and was like, okay, I'm not trying that again. Sisters that are friends, is such a thing possible? Oh my god, my two nieces are like opposites. Like Brina is Brina's the one who comes home and is like, I'm peopled out, I'm going to my room, right? And she's just like super creative and like an amazing artist, wants to be a nurse, you know, is just awesome. And Julia, you know, is like really extroverted and has always had tons of friends and like does gymnastics, like teaches gymnastics and like all this shit. Like, they're both like such cool people and totally different. And every time they're together, they're just like, hey, sister. Like, they just love each other. It's so cute. I love it. Because I'm sure, again, I wasn't around all the time, so I'm sure while they were growing up, they were just like, like, why don't you understand me, right? But they were just too different. But they can I guess what I'm saying is they can appreciate the differences in each other. And that's really, like, sweet to see, you know, as somebody who grew up with siblings that were so much older than me. You've had 2 accidents on a trampoline? I've never hurt myself on the trampoline. I peed myself, though. I've told you guys that before. I used to jump on the trampoline every single day. I loved it so much. I would go out there every single day and jump on the trampoline unless it was pouring rain. And one time I was having so much fun and I had finally I had successfully done a bunch of flips in a row and I was so excited. I was like, fuck yes, I'm a flip master. But I needed to pee really bad and I just kept putting it off because I was like, I'm just going to keep jumping and then I'll get down and I'll go pee. And it got to the point where I was like, I'm about to pee my pants. The second that I got off of the trampoline, I just peed myself. Because I had waited so long. It's so weird. It's so weird. Why did I do that? Why wouldn't I just go in and pee and then come back outside? So weird. I remember exactly what I was wearing. I remember it so vividly because it was such a weird thing to be like, not a little kid, like to be like 11 or 12 and be like, I'm just going to keep jumping. I can hold it and get off the trampoline and have no control and just instantly pee. It's awful. So yeah, when you need to pee, just go pee. It's important to pee when you need to, FYI. It's good for your whole system. Just get the pee out. Anyway, moving on. When you need to pee, just go pee. I like this advice. It's good for your kidney. It's good for your bladder. I peed myself laughing when I was like 15. I'm trying to remember. I peed the bed once when I was in high school. And I, to this day, still have nightmares where I'm peeing in the dream. And I instantly realize I'm in a dream. And I'm instantly like, oh my god, am I peeing in real life? I have to wake up. Like, it's so, I have these dreams, not super consistently, but like, I 100% have dreams where I'm like, just peeing, and then it turns into a nightmare instantly, where I'm like, like panicking in the dream. Like, wake up, what am I peeing in real life? Ah! Oh, God. Yeah. The whole pee nightmare. Yeah. If you pee in the dream, you pee in real life. Not always. Not always. I'm in my 30s now. And the last time I peed the bed, I was like late teens, okay? And it was not a frequent thing, okay? It was like a weird one-off where I was like, I do not know what happened. But I still have dreams where I think I'm going to pee the bed. It's been, 15 years since I've peed the bed. And I still have dreams about peeing the bed. It's weird. How did we get onto this subject? You know what? I'm going to let you guess. Because I don't think you could ever guess how we got onto this subject. It's so relieving to wake up from a pee dream and find out the bed is dry, though. That's true. I mean, that is a relief. never did that, but now I'm scared I will, so thanks. I think it's literally a byproduct of having peed the bed as a, like, nearly adult, right? And so now I have this fear that, like, I'll be sharing the bed with Sam, and he'll shake me awake and be like, honey, you've peed the bed, right? Like, I just have this fear that I'm gonna do it as, like, a full adult woman. I'm gonna pee the bed. That's a nice bed you have there. Would be a shame if someone peed in it. How would Sam react? I'm pretty sure he would just wake me up and be like, honey, you've peed the bed. Should probably take care of that. Somebody, I can't remember where I read it, but someone was like, if you have kids and you're about to do potty training, or if, you know, you worry about them peeing the bed or whatever, if you can afford it, just get three sets of sheets and three, like waterproof liners, and just layer them all. And that way, if they pee the bed in the middle of the night and they're like, Mommy, I peed the bed, you literally just take off the first layer and then put them back in bed. I was like, that's brilliant. So I fully plan on doing that. Doesn't it seep through? No, that's the point of the waterproof liner. So the first waterproof liner blocks it. You take it all off and you're like, go back to sleep. We'll deal with it in the morning. Child hacks my mom wish she knew. I know. It's one of those things where I'm like, that seems so simple and yet so smart. I have a waterproof liner on my own bed and my kids, just in case. We put a waterproof liner on our bed when Clark went through a weird phase when she was like 3 months old, where it's not that her diaper didn't fit. It was just somehow the pee was getting outside of her diaper, and we could not figure it out. But, like, we would put a brand new diaper on her, and we would all be, like, chilling in the bed. And then we'd pick her up and be like, what the fuck? There's just big wet spot. It was crazy. So, yeah, we had a waterproof liner on our bed for a while. Didn't one of your cats pee your bed? Oh my god, forever ago. Yeah. Forever ago, Sherlock peed the bed, like, the first year that I had him. And it was because he got scared. Poor boy. When I was a kid, if I ate too much dairy, I would wake up covered in puke. Oh my god. Let me double check my phone. Okay. What was I gonna say? What did I just read? What was I just thinking of? Oh, okay. So I was on the phone with Sam when we went to wake up Clark the other day, and everybody there is sick again, so Clarky's all sniffly and stuff. And he went to wake her up, and he immediately set me down, like, set the phone down, and he was like, oh my god. And I guess, like, her nose had been running so much that there was just snot everywhere. He was like, I'm gonna give her a bath and we'll call you back. I was like, oh, my poor baby. This conversation is going in wonderful directions. I know, man. We try around here to talk about the good shit, you know. Poor Clark. I know, poor baby. She was doing that a little... It wasn't her nose, though. Her nose wasn't the problem before. It was her eyes, because she had the conjunctivitis, right? So she would be laying down, and, like, some of her, like, eye goop would get on, like, the pillow and stuff. So we were, like, cleaning her sheets and stuff every single day. Poor baby. What should Dodger have for lunch in Oregon? I had lunch before I started. Are you proud of me? I had leftover garlic mushroom soup. We actually made the garlic and mushroom soup, and it turned out great. Last night we made zucchini taco boats. My sister swears by those, and they were delicious. I had 4 of them. But yeah. I should get to making dinner soon. What are you gonna make, Arnar? Tell everybody. I made a crawfish chowder the other night, and I still have leftovers. Hell yeah. I'm a leftover queen. Sam's family makes fun of me because if they make something and there's dinner leftovers, even if it's only a little bit, my mother-in-law is always like, make sure you put those in the fridge. She'll eat them in the morning. I love having last night's dinner for breakfast the next day. Or for lunch the next day. I love it. So, yeah, I've been going hard on all of the leftovers in this house. I can't eat leftovers. They always taste vile to me. How interesting. Because typically, at least with like soups and stews and stuff, a lot of times people say, and I agree, that like the flavors combine more once it's like had time to like settle and sit. Wonderful Mouse, thank you very much for the gifted subs. Welcome everybody. If you were gifted a sub by Wonderful Mouse, be sure to say thank you. If you're not sure, there will be a pop-up in your chat that says, do you want to say thanks? Or in the top right, there's a bell, and it says all of the notifications for your account specifically. So it'll say in there if someone's gifted you a sub. So be sure to check and say thanks to whoever gave you that, because it's very generous. Thank you so much. Listening to Doogs is the best way to heal in Final Fantasy XIV. Thank you. I appreciate that, because sometimes healing is very stressful. I feel like I'm the only one that eats the leftovers in my house. There are specific types of leftovers that Sam really likes. I'll eat just about anything leftover. Except like, you know, if there's like a dressed salad or something, no one's gonna eat that after it's been put in the fridge. like typically nobody will eat that after it's been in the fridge. But if you dress it, if you like put the salad mix in a separate bowl and then put however much dressing you want on it there, then the rest can go in the fridge and still be salvageable, for me at least. But if it's like a pre-dressed, like, mixed salad, typically, if you put that in the fridge, I'm like, I don't really want that anymore. It's all limp and weird now. Potatoes are the food that degrades the most as a leftover, in my opinion. It depends on the type of potato. I'll eat leftover scalloped potatoes all day. But like, I don't know, fries definitely do not reheat well. Even in an air fryer, I don't think that they do super well. Tots do better than fries. If it's like roasted potatoes, I'm fine with that. Roasted potatoes are typically fine. Mashed potatoes all day. I'll eat mashed potatoes all day. I haven't had scalloped potatoes in forever. Should make some scalloped potatoes. Hell yeah. I have a friend, if any of you guys would recognize the name Sagetopian, they are a longtime sub and also a longtime, like, good friend of mine. His wife, Leah, is a really good friend that I went to college with. Yo, he's here right now! Look at that. And Ekarusi, thank you very much for all the gifted subs. Welcome, guys. If you're gifted a sub, be sure to say thank you. Thank you very much. It's very generous. And Sage Topian is gifting a bunch of subs. Thank you. Thanks, bud. Again, if you're gifted a sub by anybody during the stream, please say thank you. I appreciate it. But yeah, Leah in the past has done like ratatouilles and like scalloped potatoes and stuff where she like takes the time to make it really pretty, and now I want to do that. Like, I want to make it real pretty, but I don't know if I have the skills. Oh my god, Arnar also gifted out a bunch of subs. Thank you so much, Arnar. Aw, thank you. She could teach you piping if you want. Oh my god, Leah. Leah saved me from myself. Thank you, everybody. Lots of gifted subs in chat today. What's a Dooger? That's a me. I'm a Dooger. What's a you? This is turning into a weird thing. Me's a Dooger. What's a Yusa? Aren't we all Doogers? Shit. Abort. Have you had many meat pies while you were in England? Sam's mom makes a steak and ale and also a chicken and leek, and they're both very good. Gynax, thank you so much for the gifted subs. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Thank you so much, Gynax. I appreciate it. Sam and I are talking about like more ways to cut out meat and dairy. Dairy mostly for me. But just like eating less meat in our house in general. And so I keep looking at like good pies that we could try to make on our own that don't have mushroom. It's like impossible. Like all of them that are like, we're gonna get that umami flavor in there with mushrooms. It's just rough. Sam hates mushrooms. If they're like hidden in there, that's different. But if they're like the star of the dish, he will not eat it. So, yeah. I love mushrooms, which is why we made this like garlic mushroom soup. When Brina suggested it, I was like, oh my god, yes, please. And that way I can get a mushroom fix here because I never eat them anymore. But obviously I'm not going to force Sam to eat things that he doesn't want to eat. He hates mushrooms and he hates bananas. I can work around that. That's fine. I don't have a lot of foods that I actively dislike or that like make me gag. Sweet potatoes made me gag when I was a kid. They don't anymore. So broccoli is the best vegetable. We do both love broccoli, so thank goodness. I will not pick sweet potatoes to eat. If I have a choice, I'll just eat a regular ass potato. But I know sweet potatoes have lots of good shit in them. And it's not that I don't like them, it's that I'm not going to choose them. you know? Is it actually Saturday morning? It is, at least here. You looking like your first YouTube videos with this hat? I'm reverting to Oregon status, like, really fast. When are we getting the foxtails back? Never. It's such a pain in the ass, and I have a child now. It's not happening. But if you would like to get foxtails, feel free. I have no claim over that hairstyle. If you would like to do little white bits in the front and then whatever else with the rest of your hair, go for it. Just waiting for the plaid shirt. Oh, BRB. No problem, I got you. You want a plaid shirt? You want to buy a sundial? Here we go, girl. I got you. I got you. We'll go full. We'll go full on. Is this it? Have we done it? Is this it? Peak Oregon. Here it is. Here it is. Guess who's back again? Do the voice. Hi, this is Dodger, and you're watching my show. Ah! Chills. She said the thing. I did. You're welcome, everybody. Full nostalgia feels for all of us. Just the fact that you had a plaid shirt in arm's reach. I always do. It's just whether or not I'm gonna take the time to wear it, but, you know. It felt like home. Oh, guys. Have you had parsnips? I have. I love parsnips. Sometimes I'll cook up parsnips with potatoes and then mash a parsnip in with mashed potatoes, and it adds a little bite. In case you want to mix up your mash sometime, get some new shit in there. All Oregonians are born with a plaid shirt. This is my baby plaid. My family does garlic mashed potatoes every Sunday. I love mashed potatoes, man. Love them. Do you miss Los Angeles at all? I miss my friends. I don't miss Los Angeles. I miss the people that are in Los Angeles. But it never really... I don't know. I got into a rhythm there, but it never really felt homey there. Does that make sense? I never had any intention of settling down there or, like, having a family there or anything. So, honestly, even though I've been gone for so long, Oregon still feels more like home than Los Angeles did. Our voice-acted visual novel playthrough is part of the Oregon throwback. Oh, goodness. Where's the weed poster? Oh, shit. That would really just tie it all, wouldn't it? Blunt. Just pretend. Pretend it says blunt back there. Are there any other Sherlock games to play? think so. I don't think there's been one that, like, a new one that we haven't played. We tried playing an old one time, and it, like, bugged out, and so we never finished it. We abandoned Devil's Daughter hardcore. What? No, we finished it. We finished Devil's Daughter. And it was a nightmare. I really disliked that game. But we finished it. Good night, Coop. Sleep well. Sherlock Holmes, Devil's Daughter. That was a game. It was a Sherlock Holmes game that had a really long sequence in which we were running from somebody trying to shoot us. And I literally almost threw my computer out the window. I was so mad. Have you played Jump King? I don't think so. I liked your playthrough of it. Thank you. This is why you install games on flash drives? Yeah, but there's always a depending on the type of game, there's always a possibility of lag. Do you want more kids? No, not right now. I can imagine myself as, like, an older lady that, you know, adopts a bunch of kids or fosters a bunch of kids or something. But as of right now, I don't want more kids, no. Clark is great. She's awesome. I have no desire to go through the entire, like, newborn baby process again. It was beautiful and incredible, and I adored it in some ways. I'm not ready to repeat that at all. What about more mugs? I've started. Look. New mug. This house is very much about a culture of, once you started using a mug, if you put it in the sink and grab another mug in the same day, it's ridiculous, which I agree with. So I've just always made sure that I just use my mug, and I wash it in the morning, and I just use it all day long for whatever I decide to drink. Yeah. So that's my mug. That's the mug that I've been using the whole time I've been here, since I went to Powell's. You like Gangsta? I love the manga. I was really pissed with where the anime ended. But yeah, I like both. I just wish that the anime got a better shake. But the studio that made it shut down. So, what can you do? There are many mugs, but this is my mug. This one is mine. I have no problem seeing you be the mom that collects the neighborhood kids into their D&D dungeon and kills them off every weekend. That's my dream. That's literally, I've talked about this before, but that's literally my dream, is to be like the weird neighborhood auntie that invites all the kids over and runs D&D games out of our kitchen. I think it would be great. It'll be a while. Like, I think, like, Charlie just turned 8. Charlie could totally play D&D. I don't know that he could focus on it for super long, but he could understand it, right? Definitely none of the other kids are old enough. Clark can be a barbarian. Cute. Cute. I think it would be really cute if, like, you know, Clark gets old enough and she's in school and she's, you know, made some friends. And then, you know, her and her friends come over and we do a D&D game for a couple of hours every week. I think that would be so cute. I love that idea. So, I also, you know how I was saying that I really love the, there's a movement of, like, free book exchange things called little libraries. So people will they'll either, like, buy or make basically, like, a big birdhouse is what it looks like. And put it somewhere and list it as a little library. And if somebody wants a book that's in there, they can just take it. But it's supposed to be like an exchange. So you take a book, leave a book, right? And apparently there are all kinds of problems with people, you know, vandalizing them and whatever else. I was thinking to myself, it would be awesome to do that with jigsaw puzzles. It would be really cool to do that with jigsaw puzzles. Just, like, put a little thing out that when I'm done with a puzzle, I can put it in this little thing and be like, you can take it if you want, but you have to leave a puzzle for me to do. I think that would be so cute. And then any of the puzzle files that are, like, in town can just, like, swap puzzles all the time. You know, there's going to be the one guy who takes one piece out of every box. Oh, why would you say that? That's awful. In a wholesome world. Yeah, in a wholesome world, it would work great. What you could do is I could put stickers on them. So, close the box and then put, like, sealing stickers on it. Say, like, if the seal's broken, somebody might have messed with this one. Although not everybody's going to take the time to do that. And if people are, like, swapping them and, like, not putting tape on them, then that doesn't really work. I read an article this morning that libraries have sewing machines and stuff to loan out. That's crazy. Yeah. Libraries offer all kinds of awesome shit. Obviously, not all of them are the same, but, like, yeah. Milk puzzle stream when? What? Milk puzzle? What do you mean milk puzzle? Oh my god. Frozen Corpse, that's actually an amazing idea. They said that I should go to a senior center and run a D&D game for old people. That would be amazing. That would be so fun. Holy shit. It would be so fun, though. Yeah. Let the old men be big, bulky barbarians if they want. That would be great. Old people arguing with each other about the lore. Yeah, dude. It would take a while to, like, teach them how to play. But you could use an easier system. You could use something like Dungeon World instead. That's a bit less like, it's your turn, and now it's your turn, and you have to do this, and you have to do this, right? Have it be a bit more, like, conversational. That would be really fun. I see all the figures got opened. Hi, Malika! Yeah. I got a bunch of green boys now. They cute. I love them. That's what I was thinking about too, Midwinter Lily, is how amazing it would be if there was one old man who was just like, I used to play version 1 of D&D. Be like, oof, well, it's changed a lot. Yeah, I've read a few things before as well about people like incorporating their grandparents into D&D games and how fun it can be. I was there when it was forged. I love this idea though. Has it changed much? For sure. I mean, I played 3.5 when I started playing, and then 4.0 came out, and it was way different. It was like all like pared down too much, I think. And then 5e came out, and it's like a good midpoint, but like from one version to the next, there's a lot of change that happens. So, yeah, a lot of streamlining, a lot of balancing, like, I mean, like, that's why, when we did Shadowrun, we used, for the most part, like, the newer system, but we pulled a lot of information from, like, the earliest version of Shadowrun, because we wanted it to be, like, the cyberpunk future of the 80s, right? We didn't want it to be, like, the cyberpunk future of now. We wanted it to have that feel. So Adam worked to kind of, like, mesh them, which was super cool. I still think that Fate Accelerated is my favorite system. I think it allows for you to do so much cool stuff. But I think if I was gonna play with children or with old people, either situation, if I was gonna play with children or with old people, I think that Fate wouldn't have enough, like, barriers. If that makes sense. It would be a little too confusing and a little too open. Fate was fun to watch. It's really fun to play. If you're with people that you are comfortable with, like we all were, it's a lot easier as well, because the whole system relies on you feeling okay with kind of messing with other people's plans in the group, right? So have you ever played The Strange? I haven't, but people have mentioned that before. The Strange. Hold on. Sci-fi tabletop. Role-playing game set in multiple dimensions. Yikes. Okay. Interesting. No, I haven't played it. The Daikia games were amazing. Yeah. Yes, I did hear about Coffee Talk. I learned about Coffee Talk a long time ago. I've tried playing Mice and Mystics with my brother and my parents, and ooh boy, it was rough. I thought it had simple rules. Oh man, is that your way of priming me? I do think sometimes, I talked about this with my mom, because my mom has made an effort to learn how to, at least in basic ways, learn how to use every iteration of, phone that she's had, right? So that she can still communicate easily with all the kids and everything. And I was talking with her about how my dad has a bit more trouble with current systems. Even if he has the exact same phones as my mom and stuff, he doesn't figure them out as easily, and he doesn't have as much interest in figuring them out, really. And so with each new one, he gets a little more confused. And we were talking about how there are things that, with technology and interfaces specifically, right? There are things that they fix and streamline and make a lot easier, but it's easier and it's clearer and it makes more sense if you were there for the process. If you were there for the process of it being streamlined and you saw how it changed over time, then you can look at a current phone and be like, oh yeah, oh that's so nice, oh it shows this and it shows that, and oh right, this makes sense and this makes sense, right? You know to pull down or pull up to find things, right? But if you are just jumping in on a pixel and you've never had a smartphone before, it's gonna still be really confusing. The streamlined process doesn't happen mentally for everybody, right? So I guess what I'm saying is, if we put that into a tabletop context, we can look at a tabletop game and be like, oh, the rules here are so simple. But it's because it might be because we have a base of knowledge to pull from and say oh, this is this in this game, and this is this in this game. Oh, that's a much simpler version of this. But for somebody else, you would still have to take the time to explain, okay, you have stats. Those stats represent different aspects of your body, right? These, you still have to explain the basic concept. And so to that person, it's not going to be easier or harder. It's just going to be, right? So, yeah, it's an interesting concept. I think about that a lot because of my parents. Something being simplified isn't the same as it being simple. Yeah. I spent 640 points and all I got was a purple highlight. We're talking about, I can't remember if it was yesterday or the day before. We were talking about what to do with the channel points, easy things. Things like stretch sessions. People can pay to say, all right, we're all going to take a second and stretch. Because I keep goofingly doing that, right? When we were playing Final Fantasy 14, we were doing the first Eden raid on Savage, and there's this huge cutscene section in the middle of the fight, and I was like, okay, let's all stretch, let's work out our wrists, let's, neck back and forth, we'll do our isolations. We were all stretching. And we were talking about oh, if somebody could spend channel points to have the whole team do a stretch session, right? And then of course a dab. Can pay to have us stop what we're doing and dab. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of things to do with it. Tiri's thought of some really fun things because she's got face rig on hers. So, you can pay a certain amount of money for her to, turn into a dragon and all kinds of weird shit for a certain amount of time. So I'd like to think of fun stuff like that to do with the channel points that isn't too disruptive, right? That aren't things that are gonna make it like difficult. I don't know. And Baru was talking about doing a stream where people could, like a subathon type thing, except with channel points, where people could like throw channel points in to like make the stream go longer. Get to give Sherlock or Watson a treat. Oh gosh, I would have to go find them. It's not like they hang out with me all the time. That's a good way to kill yourself. Yeah. See, that doesn't work very well for me. I don't do long distance streaming really. So points for wacky voices. That could work. We could do a thing like that. I do have some voices you guys like. So do channel points give any monetary profit? No. These are just like, the channel points are rewards for being here. And then you can use the channel points to like, you know, affect an emote and stuff like that. So a Eugene stream. Yeah, and I like the idea of having value for watching, right? That's what the whole idea of Revlo was, is that you just were here and you watched and you got points, and then you could redeem things with the points. I'd like to come up with some cool things to do with that. I'm just not sure what they are yet. I'm not as creative as some other people, I guess. I was super busy when you were moving. How did the cats deal with the flights? They made it okay, I assume. They did. They did amazing. The guy that we hired, the like pet transporter that we hired, I'm so glad that we did. It was a huge weight off my shoulders. But yeah, the transporter that we hired was awesome. And he gave us lots of advice and took care of like the whole process of putting them on the plane, and had a liaison in England who like was there to make sure the cats got through customs and everything. Because for those of you who don't know, England is really intense about rabies specifically. So what can happen is if you don't have all of the right documentation, if you don't have all the right paperwork, your animal can get to England and then be put in like, I don't remember the word for it, but basically like your animal might get held for a while, up to like quarantine. Yes, your animal can be quarantined until they're sure that the animal is safe, for like potentially months, which I was like, that's not happening, right? Like I'm not letting my cats get put in quarantine. That's crazy. And I was so stressed out about it, about possibly doing something wrong, that, yeah, we just hired a transporter. Because Sam was like, there are other things that we should be focusing on right now. Like, if somebody knows what they're doing with the cats, then they already have value, right? Like, it's fine. So, yeah, the cats got through perfectly fine. They came home. They love the house. They are having a blast. So you can tell that they're really happy. They're super snuggly. They run all over the place. They're like sitting in windows all day. Like they just seem to love it there. So we're really, really happy. We're really glad that like after all that, right? After this huge flight when they've never been on a flight in their lives, we got them home and they've just been loving it. So it's so great. Yeah, and apparently all of our shit showed up. All of our shit is off the boat. I was like, do you want to wait until I'm home? And then we can go through all of the boxes and stuff together. And Sam just got this exhausted look on his face. Like, I don't even want to think about it. But he was like, well, we don't have bookshelves or anything. And a lot of these are like books and stuff that needs shelving. It's like, that's actually true. So, but yeah. Are the mugs safe? I assume so. They must be. IKEA bookshelves. We got our couch from IKEA. Oddly enough, I got my cutting board from IKEA, and I'm in love with it. It's huge. Sam Impulse bought a really weird light from IKEA. I have no idea where he plans to put that. It's like one of those, it's one of those, it's like a statement light. It's one of those lights where like when you pull on a little string, it like opens, it like blooms, it like opens up. And it looks awesome. I'm like, where are we putting that? What's the plan there? So we'll see. No, it's red. It's like a dark red one. It's not a Death Star. It's not the, I know exactly what one you're talking about. It's not the Death Star one. It's a red one that looks like a flower and then it like blooms into like a bunch of like, it looks super cool. I'm just like, I don't know where we're putting this. But that's fine. Nice hat. Thank you. I made it. I finished it last night at midnight. And look, this is, I started on Clarkies. So we're a little ways into Clark's now. But see, it's like all this yellowy orange color so far. So this one's Clarkies. I think it'll be a better... Yeah. That's a better size for toddler head. Every time I see how short you are, it's jarring. Why? I can't tell if it's a big bed or a regular sized bed and it looks big because Doogs is on it. This is a... Yeah, this is a normal sized bed. My sister knits and crochets. I don't see the appeal personally. It's very calming because you're literally just making knots. You're just making knots over and over again, right? So like, you just kind of, you're using the hook to like pull thread through and make a pretty knot. And you just do that over and over and over again. And it can be really like peaceful. And I think since I've been here, I've like gotten a little bit stressed out. So it was nice to just go and get some pretty yarn. And, you know, my niece was like, try this hat pattern. It's super easy. And it was. It's just, yeah, it's just like really peaceful. I've never figured out how to knit, but I can do some basic crochet stuff. I can do that. So my nephew crochets. He made an entire blanket one year. He was working at a place that just had him sitting all the time. And so he just learned how to crochet and made a blanket over the course of like a summer. Yeah, but it's repetitive, right? It's one of those repetitive sort of hobbies that you can do where you can sort of just space out. And if you want to like think about stuff, if you want to have the TV on and just space out, like you can. So, can you share it's so easy. I was just telling everybody before, it's a YouTube video called How to Crochet the Easiest Hat Ever is literally what the video is called. It's by Jonna Martinez, JonnaMartinez. And yeah, it's like super easy. Do you plan to line the hats? I don't want to line mine. I might line Clark's, maybe. We'll see what it looks like once it's got the little pom on the back. Yeah, it's super easy. The reason that I found it is because Julia, my niece, made hats for everybody in the family, like her mom and dad and her sister and brother made hats for everybody for Christmas, and they were super cute. And my sister was showing me hers, and she was like, apparently it's the easiest thing in the world to do. So yeah, I asked Julia about it, and she just sent me that video and was like, it's easy, man. Just go for it. And it honestly didn't take me that long. I mean, how long have I been working on this hat? What, like 2 days? If you had really chunky fabric, like when Julia did it, she used really chunky fabric. If you have really chunky fabric, it would take you no time at all. I sent a screenshot of the stream to a friend. He thought it was an old SMD. Oh, so many people keep coming in and being like, is this the past? I love that we get these chill streams, that music. As much as I love chill music while doing projects, it's not ideal for audio production. Oh, I bet. Yeah, we don't really... Sam is much better about that than I am. If he's been playing the same game for a while, like For Honor, right? He just turns the music off in For Honor and plays whatever he wants. I never really do that, do I? It's only when we're doing like Minesweeper that I put on my own music. Do you think he'll make Clark a blanket or socks or something? I bought a set pattern that has like baby boots and toddler boots and child boots and adult boots, because I just think they're so cute, and I was like, I also want these. So I just bought like the whole pattern set, because on Etsy you can find people who make patterns and put them in their Etsy store, and they're super cheap. So I've been trying to like take advantage of that, because a lot of times when you're looking for patterns, like free patterns, they're behind all kinds of weird walls. Like, it'll be like, free pattern here, and then it'll be like, if you join my Facebook group, and then you join the Facebook group, and it's like, okay, so now you have to go through the entire shop process. I'm like, I'll just buy it from somebody. But yeah, I'm just trying to show you the picture. So it's like little boots like this for like babies, right? But then it also includes these type of boots for adults and kids and toddlers. With like a big flap that goes over. So I was like, oh, I can make all the kids matching boots. They'll probably hate them. But I can make all the kids matching boots if I want. Tommy will be like, I don't want to wear the same boots as Clark. Too bad, Tommy. You're wearing them. Right? They're cute. And they look so easy. And I was going to try to just hand make, like, I was going to try to do a handmade one while I was in town. But I think it's going to be a little too complicated, because you have to pin so much stuff in place and like make sure it's there and like really sew it strong. So I was like, Oh, my favorite memories are from my grandma making us blankets and slippers. Cute. Okay. I figure if I get good enough at them, and if I can like get back into the swing of making shit all the time, Christmas is the right time to do that kind of shit, where kids are like, yeah, we're all matching and it's fine because it's Christmas and everybody's supposed to wear the same pajamas and weird shit like that, right? So can make everybody matching boots for Christmas. My goal is to get as good as my grams. I want to be, and I was on the right track for this, like, my whole life up till a point, and then really dropped off when I was in Los Angeles. But I want to be the sort of person that knows how to make a lot of things. You know? Like, all of these skills that everybody's always like, oh man, we don't really know how to do those things anymore, right? We, like, hire older people who grew up knowing shit. We hire them to do it for us. And eventually we're just going to be SOL because we don't know how to do it. I want to know how to do all that shit. Like, practical skills. The big one that I would love to know is how to work on a car. But I honestly know jack shit about cars. But if, like, we were in a situation where something happened with our car, I would like to be able to do, like, general, like, what's wrong with this? You know? Modern cars, you can't do anything with them anyway. What? Cars are getting harder to work on. Oh, because they want you to have to take them in. That sucks. Modern cars are impossible. That sucks. Really? So I should get an old car is what you're saying. I should just buy an old rickety piece of shit and learn on that and have that for emergencies. Yes, a Classico car. The hat looks dope. Thank you. I made it. Or learn how to build everything and build your own car, like my grandpa did. Yeah, I don't have the patience for that. I'm not a fucking weird genius like other people in my family are. I can daydream that I'm like that, but I have an interest in electronics, and I like playing with electronics, and I like learning things, but I'm not the sort of person that, like, just gets it. My dad and my grandpa are the sort of people that just get how things work. I'm the person who has an interest in it, but it takes a while for it to really click for me. You have 1.9k people watching you hang out. Don't say you aren't a genius. I just like the sound of my own voice, you know? But yeah, I don't know, maybe it's because my parents are like light preppers, but there's a part of me that feels like I should know how to do, I should be more self-sufficient in terms of like general life skills, you know? How's merry old England treating you? I'm not England. I'm not in England currently. I'm still in Oregon for a couple more days. I came here to do some visa stuff and visit my family. And I got kind of stuck here. I got waylaid. So, yeah, we're 2 weeks in, nearly. Right? I think it'll be on this upcoming Monday. It'll be 2 weeks. You are England. Thank you. I am England. Are they giving you trouble with re-entry? It's like light pain in the ass shit that is fine and we'll deal with it and it's no problem. It's just annoying. So don't worry. Everything's okay. Everything's fine. It's just taking longer because immigration shit always has some kind of like bells and whistles and whatever that you weren't expecting. And then you're like, okay, I thought this would be easy and straightforward, but I guess not. It's like Sam and revert. Yeah. So that's like Sam and I keep being like, we've done this before. Right? We've done all this shit before. It's just the opposite now. So it's fine. They are cacti. Yeah, they're my sisters. So they're just chilling, you know. Why do you have to do it from the US? That makes no sense. That's just how it is. That's the law. I can't submit anything. I can't book anything. I can't do anything unless I'm in the US. So when I came here, it was with no plan yet. It's not like I could, from my home in England, like make the appointments that I needed. I had to come here and just hope like, man, I hope somebody can take me in a couple of days. And they couldn't. And then it turned out that the application center here does not offer what I need. So then it was, oh, never mind. We have to go to a completely different state. So it's just been like one thing after another, but it's all fine and it's all going to be fine. There's just little bureaucratic things, little signposts along the way. So don't worry. We're fine. We're all good. But in the meantime, you know, Sam is sick with a sick baby and like the lingering effects of a migraine from the last few days and is not sleeping because he's stressed out. I'm just like, honey. He tweeted being like, because he took the night off yesterday because he was like, I'm just not feeling well and I really need to rest. And then he tweeted, like, I'm eating a family-sized apple crumble on the couch while watching the new Sabrina. I was like, honey. And everybody was, like, quote tweeting it to me, being like, Dodger, you have to get home. Your family's falling apart. It's like, oh, my poor family. So, I'm trying to get back. But thank goodness, he's got all of his family around and they love Clark and they're helping him out as much as they can. And Sam's an adult, probably. I love him. He's so sweet. He's taking such good care of Clark, too. But I miss them. Does Sam have a big family near where y'all are over there? Yes. Yeah, so Sam's family is huge. He's the eldest of 5 kids. So not huge, but like big family. And everybody's got partners and everybody's trying to have kids or adopt kids. And yeah, so everybody's like trying to help out as much as they can, which has been really, really nice. So... I'm glad you get to go home soon. I was getting TB flashbacks and I felt incredibly sad that you might have to go through that as well. No, we're okay. We're okay. We're doing everything by the book. We have a lawyer to make sure that every like step that we take is like okay and that, you know, I'm good to like go back and forth between the countries, and we have our own reasons for moving over there before the process was done. But everything is fine. Everything's totally fine. It's all going to work out. So. I'm an adult probably is a mood. I mean, like, isn't it crazy how that's almost become an entire, like, industry of I don't want to use the word preying, but kind of preying on the idea that current adults don't feel like they know how to be adults. And so now everybody's coming out with books and all kinds of shit. Like, here's how to be an adult for you, the adult that doesn't know how to adult. It's like, fuck off. If anything, I've realized that all of the adults that we looked at being like, shit, they had it all figured out. They were going through whatever their generation's version of, like, I don't know what I'm doing was, right? Like, every generation has had some kind of a thing that they've had to pull through and figure out. And I think that, like, our situation currently is what we were just talking about, where it's like we have all of these life skills that it would have been really nice to learn about taxes in school. It would have been really nice to learn like things that are really applicable to everybody's lives. But we didn't. We have to just like figure that shit out, right? And we're all doing our best, and our kids are gonna look at us and be like, man, this thing really sucks, but my parents had it all figured out. And we don't, you know? But we can all do our best, and that's fine. And I also think that there's more of a culture now of feeling like it's okay to tell your kids if you don't have all the answers and you don't know what you're doing. Right? Like, I think there was more of an interest in having your friends, your neighbors, your kids all believe that you had everything figured out and handled. And in a way, obviously it's good to create a situation where your kids aren't worrying, but I think that we're much more open and normalizing the idea that it's all right to like talk about shit when you don't know what's going on, and like that's okay. If anything, now social media is the version of that, right? Like you go on social media and you have these people that you follow where you're like, God, their life just looks perfect. It's not. It's not. They also, you know, go to the gym and are like, oh God, I wish that there were less people here. I don't want anybody to look at me. It's like, you know, everybody's got the same issue. Everybody still goes to the bathroom and like strains to get a poop out, right? Like I think about when I meet somebody and they feel like a little bit larger than me, you know, like personality wise or like in terms of importance, I always try to remind myself, like, this morning they might have had mud butt, right? Like sometimes it really helps to think about that. Oh no. It's helpful. It's helpful. You laugh, but it is helpful in those situations. Just remind yourself, this person took a picture where they had a bunch of food in their teeth. This person has strained to poop. This person has spilled an entire coffee on their lap and had to, you know, swap pants. Like every single person has gone through that shit. And you said you're not a genius. That one's free. On that note, it's 12:30. I think that we're gonna wrap up Saturday Morning Do's. I'm gonna spend the rest of my Saturday working on this hat and try to get that done for my daughter. Be chill. But yeah, I'm going to read off everything that happened today, all of the subs and resubs and all that. If you gifted a sub today, thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. If you were gifted a sub, be sure to say thank you to the person, because it's very generous. So, are we going to raid someone cool? We should. Let's see. What's going on? What's going on good old Twitch right now? Who's stramming? Who's Stram? Let's see. Somebody that we don't normally raid. What do we got? Go say hi to Sly. Or Pocket. Is Sia streaming? Why doesn't it show up for me? I don't think she's streaming right now. It's not popping up for me, anyway. Okay, let's read this off and then we'll figure it out. Thank you so much to everybody who joined us today. Thank you to Tyroglyphus for the 2 years. Happy anniversary. Sundere Side Character for the 34. Miss SSB for the 32. Mad Megan for the 2 years as well. Happy anniversary. GK Gamer Fan for the 29. Not for the 37. Brosif Brostar for the 49. Kuro Snippy for the 33. Silenari for the 15. El Greco for the 17. Fidtech for the 43. Fabi for the 1 year. Happy anniversary. Jason WF for the 57, Svensonitis for the 3 years. Happy anniversary to you as well. Stromy for the 21, Jepstein for the 2 years. Happy anniversary. Relador for the 51, Exoscout for the 60. Happy 5 years. Thank you so much. Zoe and Binary, thank you for the 43, Clash for the 22, Daily Ramen for the 13, Citro for the 50, Alongside, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Avi gifted a sub to Ari Uner. Welcome back, Ariuner. Thank you, Avi. Hero 82. Thank you very much for the 58 months. Kirion, thank you for the 37. Alexis 6, thank you for the 7. Casanova Sparks for the 1 year. Happy anniversary. Small Tom Gaming, thank you for the 34. Black Wings for the 37. More Burra for the 5. Ancient Knights, thank you so much for the biddies. Yaz Paints for the 1 year. Happy anniversary. Thank you so much. Chocolataline, thank you for the 18. J Jam Jar for the 49. Happy Sammy for the 43. Boxa for the 59. Mr. Woodway for the 33. Nebula Coffee for the 46. Kaitsune-kun, thank you so much for the gifted subs. Kit, thank you for the 39. Balak for the 29. Harlow for the 63. Amici for the 11. Fluid Art for the 3 years. Happy anniversary. Chibi Tofu for the 40. Leandro DLC for the 14. Frozen for the 47. Railwolf for the 27. Whiskey for the 53. Days and Days, thank you for the 16. Duonico, thank you for the 7. Linux Prime for the 15. Malthazar for the 2. PZN for the 3 years. Happy anniversary to you. SRC, thank you for the 68. Shapazniplump, thank you for the 17. HG Mercury Wolf for the 51. Davulvulvulvulvulvul, thank you for the 26. Vash the Dash for the 47. Light for the 2 years. Happy anniversary to you as well. Phoenix Rising for the 50. Eric Ekarusi for the 43. Nab That Cat and Run for all the biddies. Thank you so much. Wonderful Mouse, thank you so much for the gifted subs. Neko Raketo, thank you for the 43. Burgers for the 22. Middle-aged David for the 15. Ekarusi, Sage Topian, and Arnar. All of you gifted subs in a row. Thank you so much. DC Henkels, thank you for the 10. Gynax, thank you so much for the gifted subs as well. Dosudikinu, thank you so much for the 40. Shorter Stuff for the 10. Even Avenging Sassy, thank you for the 49. J-Bro Chill, thank you very much for subscribing. Mr. Lurker, thank you for the 18. Jade Raven for the 17. Kaika-san, thank you for the 25. Asteroid for the 14. Random Lights for the 4 years. Happy anniversary. Pets Play for the 23. Beaver Vacuum for the 5. Discipline 2K. H Plus Links, thank you for the 17. Dor Lucas for the 35. James Wargull for the 42. Dragon Sparks for the 43. Sevatiel for the 22. Zero Blitz Ace for the 25. DeVito May Watch, thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Arosa 2D, thank you for the 51. Kaitsune-kun for the 29. Elisa for the 44. Sunbro Smo, thank you so much for gifting subs while I was reading these off. I didn't even see that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Silly Simon, thank you very much for the 14 months. You guys are all amazing. Would you guys like to recommend somebody that maybe is smaller, that deserves some more eyeballs for us to raid in the spirit of the Saturday morning vibe? Cheeb is sweet. I love her. She's streaming right now? She is. Absolutely. I know her. Let's go say hi to Cheeb then. Send some love. And be sweet, be kind to her and to yourself. I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay? Bye-bye, guys. See ya.